Hey.
What up, everybody?
What?
We back again. Episode
Yes, sir.
2. It's gonna be
Yes,
fire.
sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
about to go down in the DM. Go down in the DM tonight.
Ooh.
Hey, but before we get into the program, there's a couple things we need everybody to do. We want you to go over to YouTube, hit subscribe, go to Facebook, and share this. This is an episode you don't want to miss. We about to shoot the club up. Greg, who we got up in here with us today?
Boo, 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 boo.
Here we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, let me introduce you to my peeps here. We got these damn beautiful, gorgeous ass young ladies in this mother house. We got Miss Michelle in the house. Michelle, you want to say what up to the people? There she is. There she is. Michelle loves animals, y'all. You know, every now and then you're gonna probably see her picking up her little Shih Tzu, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll allow that. We'll allow that. We got my boy Martin in the house. This is my blood right here. This is my blood, straight from the hood in the Montgomery, Alabama. That's my boy Marty. He's by heart, Marty is an artist. And when I say Marty is an artist, trust me, I've seen his work, and this mug can do pretty much whatever. Now, Marty also owns a non-medical transport company. So if you guys, don't know what that is, that's when the ambulance take you to the hospital. His company will come and pick you up. So a lot of the insurance companies that you would have to look in your, policies and so forth, you'll see they'll pay for it and you get yourself a free ride, but you'll be giving him the dollars, because them ambulance, they cost quite a bit, just for a little ride. We got my girl Rhonda Simmons in the house. Whoop whoop. Now Rhonda, she's worked with some heavy hitters in the entertainment industry, as well as Rhonda is also pursuing an acting career. You may have seen Rhonda in a couple of shows. Look, Rhonda sent me a show.
No.
What was that show, Rhonda, with that famous one? Come on, Rhonda.
What?
What's the famous one with the guy who everybody loved that be tilting his head at the lawyer show?
Oh,
Boston, what is it?
Boston Legal.
Man, y'all need to go back. Y'all need to go back and y'all will see.
Be able to find me.
It don't matter. That's okay. She out there, y'all. She out there. Out there.
Thank you.
No, real talk though. Everybody on here, my peeps. So we're gonna have, like G said, we're gonna have a real good conversation, But let me tell you something, I want to do sort of a part 2, ending part 2. We had some of the fellas on last week, and this week we got my ladies on. And I got flack about my season 2, episode 1 show, where we was talking about a couple of things. We was talking about the white women who are born for marriage. Ooh, don't make your skin crawl. Versus the black women who are pretty much more independent. Through college, the black women are taught to be more independent. The black guys or the fathers are going to take their daughters and they're going to say, hey, I need to teach you how to change a flat tire. I need to teach you how to, look at certain things, what men typically do. We teach our daughters that because, look, I'm going to be the first one to say it, and I said it on the social media that this generation, I don't know what these cats out here be doing. Yeah, I'm going to teach her how to change tires, even though she shouldn't be. She shouldn't be changing tires, but you just never know. And the other thing I said was white women through college are taught to find husbands. If you look at the stats that I put out there, you'll see where I think white women or Caucasian women are 62%, as far as back in 2022, there's, it's over 62% still married. For Asians, I think it's about 48. For a couple of other cultures, it dwindles on down to the last, which is the African American, which is like 28 or 33%. So, with that being said, who wants to just go at it and just rip my neck? Michelle, you look like you're ready to just rip me to pieces.
She got her notes. She got notes.
She got notes. Do you hear me? She got notes.
She got notes. I can tell.
Hey, I'm saying, what I believe is that we were taught to be more independent because of the man, our black men. So white man versus black man.
Okay.
Our black mothers and aunts and grandmothers may have had to be more independent.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because there wasn't a man in a home. Or whatever the circumstances were, that masculinity was lacked. So changing tires, pumping gas, attending to the kids, from a man's perspective, it wasn't there. So go ahead.
I'm sorry. So when you say that, listen, I hear you loud and clear, and I'm of the mindset to agree but I just want to play a little devil's advocate. So let me just ask this simple question, though. When you say that the black men aren't there, is it, what are some of the causes or some of the reasons, or why do you think that a lot of the black guys are not in the household? Because I've seen where a lot of, I know a lot of guys who are in the household, but you're right. A lot of them are not there. What do you think? What's the cause of that?
It could be a variety of things. Whether just throwing something out there, the man cheated and the woman chose to, leave.
Damn, she went straight.
Yeah.
Did she?
Or the woman was hard. The woman was hard to deal with, and he left on that accord too, right? So that's
he didn't have that value to begin with to be in a home with a family. He just wanted to. Sold his oats, sold his oats. So he just goes on out and does what he wants to do.
So here's a question: does independence, like being able to do for yourself, pay your bills, if you have to change a tire, if you have to pump your gas, is that also coupled with aggression and lack of respect when communicating, maybe to the opposite sex or anybody? Is that coupled with that?
I think that comes along after the fact. So we're not. Yeah, that comes along after the fact. So a lot of times men want to blame the aggression or the attitude or the debate going back and forth, argumentative type woman, and not really digging into why is she this way? What am I doing, or why is she this way? I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that you could be doing anything. It could be some things she may have gone through in her life, traumatic experiences. Right. But if we're talking about the man not being in a home, those are.
I think you said cheating was the key example. To every cause is an effect, right? So to every action is a reaction. I think the root cause analysis of why, if we're gonna say men ain't in the home based on cheating, we don't do enough root cause analysis, and we don't have enough, in my opinion, accountability on who did what, right?
On either side, though.
On either side, because there are some things that people do, they think it don't hurt the relationship just as much as the guy cheating. But if you're disrespectful every day, you're cracking the fabric of the relationship with behavior. Now that behavior could typify, all right, I'm going in somewhere in another space to get away from what I'm getting in the space that I'm in, right? So we just use cheating. It could be death. It could be, whatever, but cheating happened to be the thing. And I don't think anybody jumps out of Delta flight that's going to go from one place to another for no reason. So most people don't just jump out because they're just dogs. It's probably some unmet needs, right? Or lack of communication.
Are we having those conversations?
You can't have a conversation with people that are not communicative. right? But being able to communicate effectively versus talking and hollering and arguing, that's not communication. And so many people have that combativeness confused as communication, right? Because I feel like you don't go to work and when your boss says something you don't like, motherfucker, let me tell you something. You can control it there, but you can't control it
Actually,
where it
that's a
needs
good
to be
point.
controlled, where you can go from job to job, but you can't go from house to house.
Here's the
All
thing.
right.
I also think
Rhonda.
it's the backstory of how maybe someone grew up. So
good point.
Depending on the household, what was going on there, was there a lot of yelling? Was there a lot of aggression? I don't think it's coupled with being independent. I agree with Michelle that it can come after, but in terms of communication, I think that's two separate things. Where if that is your go-to, where does that come from? Why are you like that? Is it because of your position with that person, your relationship with the person you're dealing with, that it's coming out, how you're feeling like you're being treated? Or is it also something that you're used to in how you grew up and communicate?
Right.
And that you have to take accountability on how you want to be going forward. Do I want to keep this narrative going? Because like you said, George, that's not going to fly with a lot of men. And vice versa for men with women who haven't grown up that way. If you have someone who knows how to communicate effectively and keep their calm, and then you have someone rah rah rah, then it's no matter who it is,
1000% agree with you. 1000.
Let me tell you, I like that. Real talk. So let me ask you this then. So I mean, before I really get into it, then Marty, I see what are some of your thoughts then? I want to make sure that I let the brother speak. But what are some of your thoughts, man?
I've been listening to everybody, and I think the one thing that we missing here is that we do teach, because I taught my daughters how to be independent, and not to value a man, but to value themselves, and so I think black women, especially, they are going to they are a lot they are stronger. They are strong women, I give them that, what I'm saying? But because of how strong they are, it tends to give off a real strong masculine energy, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of brothers are like,
to some degree, some of them, yeah.
So it's like a lot of brothers are like
during confrontation usually,
right? And we ain't trying to get into no confrontation. I was in a 13-year marriage with my kid's mother, okay, and I was actually told absolutely not to marry this woman by the daughter of a slain civil rights leader. I married her anyway because I truly wanted to be with her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, for 13 years, it was like two big dogs in the house. I was determined to be the man, and she was determined to be the man too.
To be the man.
Right. And that caused our relationship to go south real quick. And, I to Michelle's point, there's a lot of brothers, they ain't really cheating. You know what I'm saying? It's just that we are just finding ourselves in situations where, like, I'm not gonna be I'm not with that confrontation. So we tend to walk, we tend to leave the relationship.
So, you raise a very valid point. And like you said, all you guys have definitely got some very valid points, which I like. So, but I do want to do an add-on to what you're saying though, Marty, because for me as a man, regardless of how, I don't have to sit and say, oh, I'm the alpha dog. I'm this, I'm that. None of us have to do that. That's, the respect that we give the women should lay that foundation.
Right.
My respect that I give you should lay the foundation that I am, the man of the house. Right. And if you see me veering off or you see me doing something wrong, then look, let's talk about it. But what I don't want is you to come at me like a man and talk to me like a man, or, box up. Because mentally, for men, what some women don't realize is that automatically changes and categorizes you mentally in my mind. Now, if you want to act like a man, I am going to treat you like a man.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so a lot of women don't realize that. So they keep coming at the guys and coming hard, and don't realize, that, I'm going to give you what you're giving me. Now, some guys take it to the extreme and, hit a motherfucker in the mouth or two, but that,
we ain't doing that.
We ain't going to jail.
That. We ain't going to jail,
we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Right. But I'm just saying, see, but that's where people don't really realize how men start mentally changing and looking at you, from the perspective of woman versus man.
Greg, can we, with this quorum that we have here, can we put a definition on something and detangle what we've called independence, right? Because independence can be just, as Rhonda said, hey, I can take care of myself.
I can take care of myself.
But what men hear when we hear independence is
right.
So can we uncouple that and name them two different things, independence versus maladaptiveness or atypical or whatever you want to call it?
That's fair. Right? I can go with that. What's that?
What's that, adulting? Being an adult.
Adulting, okay. Right. Rhonda, the truth.
Yeah, adulting versus the other side. The other side is where we don't. I want a woman that can, be a partner, right? That's fine. Listen, that's fine. That's completely fine. But I don't want to. What Martin said, I don't want two men in the house and one of us got, and we got different genitals.
I'm the type of guy, I need a woman that I'm not saying challenging me. That's not what I'm saying. But I do not need a woman that's going to accept everything that I say. Because
you don't want to feel like you can walk over.
If I walk over you, then mentally, man, it's done. I'm going to check out, and I'm just going to go and look for Sally down the street, and she going to challenge me.
Not Sally down the street.
I mean, just real talk.
Sally? He said Sally.
Sally from the valley.
Look,
but it's a delicate.
Sally from the valley.
It's a delicate balance for being independent, becoming a partner, like George said. Like you said, Greg, you're not throwing your masculinity around, but just knowing where and when to bring the softness, but also be that partner that, I can take care of stuff. And I was brought up with that household with my parents, where my father, taught us how to make sure we don't get taken advantage of, but also know how to take care of ourselves when we need to. And just watch out for these jokers out here that don't mean shit.
That's right.
No, that's real talk.
But here's the thing, and this is the part, and I don't want to jump the gun, Greg, but you stop me if I'm jumping the gun. That don't mean shit. We got to bleep that out. Do women actually know when men just talking up on some ass? Because there's a difference between attention and interest. There's a difference between attention and interest.
Right.
I don't think. I don't. I mean, ladies, you guys are gonna have to let us know. But I know you guys think that we're the most simple-minded, non-strategic guys out there. Listen, that's fine. We want you guys to think that. That's fine. Because in the background, because let me tell you something. In the background, one of the things I'm gonna get to this question that I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna explain to you why I say this. But what I am gonna say is one of the things that I will say is women don't know when guys are sneaking up on them, because me as a man, if I see you in a position where I've captured something that you've given me as far as a advantage, meaning you told me I like flowers, or you told me I'm just saying simple shit now, or you've told me I like to go to the movies. Negro, I'm going
go to the movies every week.
Every week, every goddamn day.
If you are listening,
right?
Okay, great. You picked up on a few things that I like. Listen, out the gate, I'm always looking at you that you're coming suspect. until you have proved. Now, I'm not treating you like that.
Right.
But it's always in the back of my head until you have proven some consistency. And I feel like it's sincere. That's great. You want to do a few nice things for me. That's great. I mean, you know, but that doesn't mean that I don't see or smell you coming.
Okay.
I feel you.
I think you are the lower percentage of those that think like that.
Was that Martin?
Go ahead, Martin.
I'm going to say this. You're a little right, Rhonda. But I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay, Martin.
I got 2 daughters.
Okay.
I got 2 daughters. Man, when I tell you, I have shot down so many niggas, and you can beep that out too. I mean, my oldest daughter. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I mean, I just don't know what it is. I'm like, I got 4 sisters, 2 daughters, nieces, and I'm telling. I'm kind of like, what is it? What are y'all looking at when these guys come up to you? And they are like, and these are some of the most. I have some very highly intelligent women in my family, man. I'm telling you,
highly
intelligent, and I just be like, bro, what?
Right.
You know. So my daughter, she brought. I'm gonna say this, Rhonda. My daughter, she brought this guy all the way from Alabama for me to meet. She said, "Dad, I want you to meet this guy." She was so. I was like, Danielle, like, what? What are you talking about? She's like, I just want you. I really love this guy. Really. I said, so what you know about this guy? She starts rambling off this stuff. I said, okay. She comes to Alabama, meets this guy, you know. And I'm sitting there, guy, real nice, clean cut. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, posture himself real good as a man, you know, very articulate. And I'm sitting there watching this guy. I'm looking at him. And as he's talking, I only have one question for him. You know what I'm saying? I asked the guy and I says, and I look at her and I look at him and I says, tell me one thing about the woman sitting next to you. He says, he looks at her, he goes, well, sir, that's a broad question. And I said, Danielle, I got up in front of the whole restaurant. When I tell you the whole restaurant shut down when I said this, I said, take this back to his mom and dad and so they can explain to him what I meant by that question. Because she didn't even see. She didn't even see. She runs out. She said, Dad, what are you talking about? I said, Danielle, let me tell you something. If a man really wants to be with you, he's paying attention. Okay? That means you need to be paying attention.
Thank you.
All right? He told me, your favorite food. I don't give a rat, whatever. He could have said anything.
Rat's ass.
Yeah. Right. You know, he could have, but it just shows that I said, let me tell you something. I could tell you 10 things about your mother. 5 when I first met her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said, that's our fact. But see, that's what I'm saying. To run, women y'all ain't really paying attention to that. Because the whole time she was just talking about.
I wasn't done. I've had an experience like that.
Right.
I had an experience. You just heard a little bit of what I said. That was just like one thing.
All right.
But I had a similar experience with my parents, where I didn't bring someone from out of state, but I did bring someone to just meet them that I was interested in. And at this stage of the game, it was just someone, you know, that I really like, been seeing, and a good friend. We're not getting married. Like, that's not, back in the day, it was kind of like, if you're bringing somebody to meet your parents, that's what you're thinking of. Marriage. Right. Okay, this is serious. But it's serious, but it was just like, oh, this is a good person. And my father asked the same question. And the answer was so general, but I think the guy was scared. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, oh my God, is this going to be, I'm like, it's not marriage. They just said, tell me one thing you like about the young lady sitting next to you. And it was, oh, you know, I think she's a wonderful person.
Right.
That's all you have. It was
right.
Now I got flack from 2 sides. For me, it was like, you, at this point, the person knew me for about a year and a half. So even just coming off site, you could say, you know, besides her, and I'm not just trying to pat myself on the back, or toot my own horn, but beep, beep. And, you know, you might say, oh, well, besides her looks, I think that she's very smart. You know, she's very organized. I don't know, say something. But you have at least, I mean, you can see strangers on the street and say, oh yeah, I can tell by his shoes, he buys, quality shoes, or he looks like he dresses well, or he looks like he's on the go, or she, she's smart, she's whatever it is. But
I think that's crazy, Rhonda, that after a year he couldn't articulate anything more than that.
That's deep.
See, and here's a question, right? Because you talked about tenure and consistency. How long is long enough where, because I hear this so much, right? Dating a guy 2-3 months, once he reaches his goals, now he faded. Date another guy 2, 3, 4, 5 months, once he reaches his goals, he's faded. What actually solidifies time frame or actual, input into a situation where you feel like you're comfortable versus another guy shooting his move until he gets what he wants, then he on out the door?
I think that's individual, but in this case, I can't say. I thought it was crazy. The other flack I got was that the person was just keeping it safe. They covered the gamut by saying the word wonderful, but I felt like I could give more about you, and I would think if you're invested, and that's where the question comes in,
right?
Why didn't you say more? Yeah. So I'm not going to give too much about it. And at that point, it's just on and off. We're still seeing other people, but it was somebody that I was gravitating towards.
Gotcha.
At that point, it wasn't. We weren't official or anything like that. So I want to be clear. But I just thought that kind of woke me up in that moment.
Yeah.
For that.
Right.
And then I was just like, well, let me just, let me have a conversation, because I don't know.
Before we close out, I want to say something real quick. Let me give you guys an example of what I did with my daughter here. If you take this piece of paper and metaphorically for us here now, but what I did was I had a $50 bill in my hand. And I was talking to my daughter with a $50 bill in my hand. And I balled it up. I threw it in the trash can. I stomped on it. I tore it in half, or whatever the case might be. Literally tore it in half, whatever, the $50 bill. And I looked at her and I said, do you still want this $50 bill? And she said, everything but hell yes. And so I said, so why do you still want this $50 bill? She said, because it's still valuable. It's still worth something, shit. She said, hell, I can take that mug up and keep it rolling. I said, okay. I said, what you need to understand is, as a woman's value is, it's not defined by your body, your job, none of this type of stuff. I said, a woman's self-worth or their value is reflected within herself. It's her self-image, her, all of these, the confidence, all of this stuff leads to self-esteem, your confidence, your own personal growth. Do not let a man come in and tear you down, because what happened was this guy tore down, and I said, don't ever let a man come in and tear you down like you allowed a particular guy to do, because your self-worth is still just like this $50. You can pick it up, put them pieces together, and keep that shit rolling. The bottom line. And so I think that sort of kind of, hit home with her, to some degree. But, I mean, I think the guys or the dads or whoever just really have to understand the self-value of a lot of women and sort of kind of keep that in mind, the bottom line.
Can I
Anyway, guys,
can I add something to that?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I was having a conversation with a group of women one night at the cigar lounge, and I drew on a piece of paper. I said I drew a woman. Okay. All right. Y'all see that?
Yes, sir.
I asked every woman, and I asked.
She got some liberty titties, though.
Why
don't you put a little titties?
Whatever, nigga. Whatever. whatever.
That's a $10.
And I asked those 5 women. I asked them. I said, do each and every one of you all feel like you all are valuable? You're a good woman. They said yes.
Mm-hmm.
They said yes. I said okay. I said for every man that comes into your life, okay, every man that comes into your life, right?
That's
he
the
takes
man.
a piece of you.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a piece of you with him. Say this is here. This
is true.
That's Eric. Okay. All right. This here. Right here. That's Johnny.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You know. And I said this here. That's Greg right there. Greg. All right. Okay. Check it out now. I said this here. All right. This here is George.
Damn, George just took everything, the coochie and everything.
Got the whole hind parts off.
It's still there. Coochie's still there. But check
Oh,
out.
okay.
He said the coochie's still there.
There's like they asked me. They said, "What's your point?" I said, "You only hold value to the men you don't want. You're only this is it. See, to the D boys, that's all they want.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
That's it, and they out.
Mm-hmm.
So you only as valuable.
I feel you.
You only valuable.
Boy, you got an analogy there. You got a.
I feel you.
You're painting the picture, preacher. You're painting the picture.
I feel you on that.
He was ready.
Shit. That mug brought props and everything. Shit, man. You know what? You deserve some goddamn cheering on that shit. Let me give you some cheering. I like that, bro. I like that.
you know. Overall, though, I do believe, and we've talked about this in our first season. We talked about unresolved childhood traumas that everybody has, right? And what you have to be so careful about is connecting with somebody that has a counter opposing trigger.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a very, I don't like confrontation. I like to communicate. Right. I read books, so I got words to use, right? It bothers me to be with somebody that yells and screams and don't know how to control themselves, right? So I take that as disrespect, and you lost me, right? I'm done. I can't, because hey, I want to communicate. Let's talk. You know, you're an adult. I'm an adult, but you know, the first motherfucker you call me, you're probably losing the battle right now, right?
And it might not be calling you out your name, but you're just saying the disrespect. You take it as disrespect.
The tone, all of that. Yeah.
Tone, all that, the tone, everything comes into play.
I feel like this. I've gotten there. I've gone there. You know, depending on who it is, who's been in my life, who, you know, part of that was in me, you know, but I also feel like, depending on if I feel like I'm being disrespected, you can still keep your calm, keep your cool, gather yourself. Like you said, George, use your words. It's not calling anyone out of their name. It is communicating. I've learned I just need to go silent, check out, because I have gone from 0 to 60, especially if I feel disrespected.
Right.
And if you can stay as calm as you want to be, but you're sitting out here throwing insults every chance you're hitting a jab, every chance you get with the words you're choosing to use. That's not effective communication.
Right.
Nope.
So what are you looking to get out of this? Because at this point, I'm checking out.
Michelle, come on, jump in now. You got to tell us something.
Michelle has been chilling.
You compiling data. Come on, give us some output.
All right. You know what? I got you, Michelle. You're gonna have to answer this. I got you. Since we are talking about use your words, I got something that I want you to use your words on. We're gonna do a couple of
meditation
20 questions.
Helps me.
A couple of questions I got.
Helps me.
All right. So hey, I'm gonna get you. We got you. So let me hit you with this. And once I hit you with this, I'm gonna get into a few. I polled a few podcast watchers. Asked them. What are the dudes saying in the streets? What are some of the questions? The guys are saying, the women are saying. I just polled a couple of watchers and just asked, just give me some feedback on a couple of questions. Some true I want to get, some true, just get to the knit and grit of it, basically. But this is just a statement that I want you to finish. So finish this sentence, Michelle, and then Rhonda, I'm coming to you next. A dude that strokes it goes in and out really slow while ever so slightly choking you to near death. Then he pulls it out, eat it, and then put it back in is what?
Fucking sexy. Fucking sexy. I love it.
Hey, Michelle, are you a Scorpio?
No. Virgo.
Oh, Virgo. That was my second. I was gonna say Virgo. number 2. Yeah,
just celebrated last weekend. Virgo.
Yeah.
All right. Happy belated.
Happy belated birthday.
That's where we were at her birthday party, G, when last week. All right.
What you do?
Rhonda, finished it.
What you do?
Oh no, you're right. Give me my money. I put on
my money.
Exactly. All right, Rhonda, what you got?
Yeah, no, I have to agree. That is definitely sexy. I think that, but I have a little caveat there because some men don't know.
Speak your piece. Some men don't know what.
Some men don't know. It's not choking necessarily. Right. It's where you place the hand on the base of the neck.
It's like
shit.
That's like you spot.
Hey, Rhonda, can you show me how you do that? Can you show me how to do that?
I show you nothing, Martin. If you don't know,
it ain't like this, Martin. It ain't like this.
I want to see that again. How you do
that? It's not tap out time. I'm about to pass out. That's what we're not doing.
So I can't choke you to a pass out, but I need to choke you to it's a
grip. Some men don't know their own strength.
It's the grip.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's the grip.
So
gotcha.
And then some women don't like it.
Do I use
one hand or two? If that's the question, then you definitely don't know what you do.
You don't know, bro.
You don't know.
You're trying to work your way as a guest star on First 48.
Right.
So okay then. Well, let me ask this: Is sex important then?
Yeah,
in relationships?
Yeah.
So why do women try to gaslight us and say that sex or it doesn't have to be that big? And listen, I get the whole it don't have to be that big thing. People say that shit because sometimes some women say if it's too big, it hurt and all that kind of bullshit. But I really want to know, why is sex important from a woman's perspective?
Oh,
wow. Come on, Michelle. You jumped at it. Come on, Michelle. You said, of course. Why?
First thought to that is, why not? I mean, I'm probably asking the same question you're asking. I don't know why women downplay the fact that sex is important in a relationship. Maybe it's because, we've been looked at in society to be this innocent look, like we shouldn't be so sexual and we shouldn't, dress a certain way, say certain things. So the society has built that.
You're touching on the subject.
Mm-hmm. But reality is sex is just as important to women as it is to men.
Yeah.
And it's been demonized for you guys. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They demonize it. We got the chance to walk around sowing our wild oats, and you guys was naughty, don't do that. And I hate that, right? I hate that. I feel like just as free as I want to be, you should have that same freedom.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a very good point. Okay. All right. Rhonda, any 2 cents? Or are you good?
I'm good on that one. I mean, I just feel like we're grown, just being able to express yourself, like George said, be free.
All right.
And that's not having any judgment with it.
Right.
So.
All right. So for my guys, Marty, I'm coming to you first, and G. No, you know what? I'm gonna come to you first, G, because I know you're gonna come off the fucking chain with some shit. So for my guys, why is crazy ass coochie so much better than regular ass?
Oh my God. When I was young, that's a 2-part answer. When I was young, I thought that was cute.
Okay.
I thought that was cute. I was like, this motherfucker just socked me in the eye. They got, boy, that's my girl right there, boy. She just socked me in the eye, boy.
This mug right here.
Now, as a 54-year-old, you better get your crazy ass away from me. No parts of it. Zero.
No parts.
No,
okay,
Lord. If you change lanes too fast, if you change lanes too fast, well, I'm in the car with you. I'm like, let me out this
So are you saying the sex is not as
but listen.
Are you saying
is that what you meant by that's the part of crazy you meant, Greg?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That part.
Right. The Looney Tunes. And say, I don't understand that. Why is it that crazy ass women who be busting your windows out your car and the tires and shit? Why it be, ain't nobody got that kind of time. All right, Marty, what you got, man? All right, what you got, Marty? Why is crazy coochie so much better than regular coochie, Marty?
Lord have mercy.
He had a thing.
He said, Lord have mercy.
Boy, look. I ain't gonna lie. I tried everything to stay away from this girl, man. I'm telling you.
Thank you. I just wanted you to say it. I know you have. I seen some crazy ass coochie that you try. Thank you.
Hey, I mean, I had one. I ain't gonna lie. I had one. She was so crazy, bro. I mean, this chick, she followed me outside one night. She was in the club and she was watching me, right? And I didn't even know she was dead. I was like, and before I knew it, I was going to my car. It's dark. It's I'm in the back parking lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, she's like, Martin. She just comes, she jumps out, Martin. I was like, what? I jumped and I was like, what? So I'm trying to bro, she got to my car before I did, right? When she got there, she literally stood in front of my door. I'm like, yo, I tried everything. I mean, I prayed to God, like, Lord have mercy, stop me from doing this, girl, bro. But when I tell you she had the best, when I say, brother, she had the best. Bro, my Lord Jesus.
I understand. Listen.
Oh boy,
y'all make me call.
Wait a minute, how did that story end? She was at your car. Did you take her home? What happened?
Well,
he took her home, Michelle. He took her home, Michelle.
I'm gonna say all right. She made me choke her out her shoes, right? And
she made you.
Yeah.
on the case?
And she still
Lord Jesus,
followed me back home. And yeah. We did. I was like, damn. I just can't.
Well, we understand that Martin doesn't know where to place the hands because he said choke and he used both hands and he said out of the shoe. So we are
out of the shoes. Her feet was like this.
But Rhonda,
look. I think he may be talking about in a different capacity. See, it may just be she ran up on him. He's like, hey, and pull. Stop fighting me.
She did. She did.
And she's already at the car.
And she got in the car, and we still went back to my place. And yes, and I prayed after I got through. I would pray. I got on my knee. I said, Lord,
deliver me from
please stop me from this. I got to get away from this woman. I did everything, but boy, that
Lord, stop me from being a homemonger.
Hey, you see, he called on the Lord after the fact.
Oh yeah, that's always when the Lord is on 911.
Listen, right. I'm going to call on the Lord first instead of 911. Exactly, G. Hell yeah.
After you do it, you're going to be like, Lord, forgive me for that dumb stuff I just did, Lord. Don't let her kill me at the Krispy Kreme tomorrow.
Oh, man.
And you met her. Remember that night we was there? And you met her that night, remember? And I said,
I know. I know.
You see how crazy she was? I could not stay away.
Yes.
Man.
Right.
He said I could not stay away from her.
Bro, I understand, man. And I know. All right. Let's go and keep it rolling, man. Y'all acting a fool. All right. So, Michelle, since you brought up cheating on the very first chat of us opening up this damn podcast, I got a question for you. Why do women divorce their husbands for cheating and then turn right around and marry and date a married man?
Why do women divorce their husbands for cheating and then they turn right around and marry a married man?
No. They turn right around and date. They date a married man.
That's a nasty question.
That's a hard one.
Some women.
That I have no answer. I mean, logically, I've never heard of that situation. I've never heard of women that's
real talk.
Real talk. I never heard of a woman
that combination
husband for cheating and then.
So let's take out
really.
I've heard of it a lot too, but you know what? Just for Michelle, Rhonda, have you heard of it?
Not that combination. I'm not saying.
All right, so let's
like the divorce for husband and then go date a married man. That's
all right.
Let's
do this then. Let's do it this way. Why then, at a certain age, the women, regardless of married or not, will choose to date a married man? Then
will choose to date a married man.
If she's married,
that can be
even
a lot
if she's
of
married. Right?
Even if she's married.
Sometimes do we know if he's married? Initially, women are not always aware that the man is married. That's number one.
That's correct.
Why not?
Because the man doesn't disclose that information.
Right, but if you guys
if the woman asks
are attractive women, right? So here you leading my question. You guys are attractive women, which would suit you with an attractive man. So there ain't too many attractive men just walking around without nobody. Right.
Let me tell you, there are some ugly brothers out there. I mean, ugly.
Right, but listen, what I'm saying is, if he gets your attention, if he gets your attention, though, Rhonda, don't you think I would probe more?
You do,
right? Simply because, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just a numbers game. We talked about this in the last episode. It's 22-1 in Atlanta, right? I don't know any other numbers, right? So
I think period, because there's so many more women.
Absolutely. So at some point I would be like, come on, dog. It's 22-1, and you ain't got nobody. You ain't dating nobody seriously. You ain't married. Come on.
I do that as well.
But this is what I
think at some point.
So you ignore, but are you ignoring the red flags?
We're not ignoring the red
flags. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, y'all do. Yeah, y'all do. If he what you like, he drive what you like, he look like you like, he do. Y'all run right through that red light. I haven't been the red light that they done ran through before. I haven't been the red light. I haven't been the red light too many times.
There may be some yellow light. There may be some yellow lights, there may be some pauses, but I feel like I can't speak from that perspective because I've not been in that situation where, you know, but why some women may choose to do that. I mean, that's a whole myriad of things. I mean, it's called revenge. It's called, you know, you don't know how to control yourself. It's called I don't care.
It's called
I want to say I asked my sister the same question.
Right.
I asked my sister the same question. I said, how come y'all choose to go after the married men? And she said, because married men cast a wider net. They tend to come off. They tend to come off more confident. So, and women and confidence is a big thing for women. You know, it's like, you know.
Well, like they said, it does take two. It's not just the women. It's the married man joining in on
100%.
Like,
but you guys are the holders of the judgment zone.
The ones that are taken, it's, you know, whether it's men or women, we attract. We might be single the moment we're dating someone, or here come everybody else. Like, where were you just a minute ago?
But you know why that happens is because you have your energy and your spirit that you now lead with is not leading or is showing I'm good. You know, your spirit is showing that you're good. So I tell women this all the time.
Too.
No. I tell women this all the time. I was like, look, if you meet a guy and you're straight single, just straight, you know, single, you meet a guy and, you know, I mean, real talk. If you really want that guy to be interested in you, you cannot be available for that guy because that guy needs to have that hunt.
Yeah,
if it's just like a lion seeing a damn gazelle laying down, I mean, yeah, he'll probably eat it and lick it a little bit. You know, he might shit, but he want to hunt.
You said eat it and lick it.
Fellas, am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
You're right, but I think I would use fishing instead of the lion. Because in fishing, you got to let the fish swim away a little bit and pull it back. It's a back and forth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They can't be too stoic and just like oh shit, she don't seem like she no fun. She don't want to talk and laugh. There has to be a gentle balance between I'm not easy, but I'm open to hear what you're saying, but I'm not easy. Right.
And I've said plenty of times where a lot of women don't do what Vivica Fox did, which is to coup de grace on the mugs. You know, what is that? The motherfucker? You know, when Vivica Fox, what's that show?
Two can play that game.
Two or three can play that game.
Two.
And when she walked around, when old boy, he was acting a fool, and then she just turned around and dropped that rubber down on the ground, and he was like, "The fuck?" And, you know,
that's toxic. That's toxic as hell. That's toxic as hell.
Like to chase.
That's toxic.
Men like to chase.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
But married men don't give up. Married men don't give up. You know what I'm saying? I've watched married men being out before, and I'm telling you, I know some guys that and man, they come, they'll circle. If a woman says, "Oh, no, I'm sorry, no, I'm not interested," they'll circle back around. What was that you said again?
Are you serious?
But I've seen
motherfucker change his shirt, come back like a different dude.
Yes.
But hold up, why is that? I mean, I'm curious. Why would, if a woman say no, why? I ain't got that kind of time.
Because
if she looked like she about to put an end on her face, then the hell I ain't even.
The reason why married men do that is because too many women have been okay with them being married. Period.
Right. And I have
that's a good point.
I have married friends that have told me a woman got to tell me no. I be like, what? Yeah. So they literally are saying, hey, you know, I'm not gonna take the first no. I'm not gonna take the second no. You know, I'm just gonna keep coming. Mm-hmm. What they doing is breaking the.
That's aggressive. For me. I ain't aggressive like that. Yeah, I ain't aggressive. I ain't doing that.
I don't know why. You know, these jokers that are married, that's just dumb as hell to me. You know, you're men, okay? So I get that. But I have no problem saying no. No problem. Especially when we find out, like Michelle said earlier, we don't always know. So when you're running your game, get out of if you don't get out of here.
But you know what?
Matter of fact, I think Greg, you know of a situation. It was very, very, I can't even say innocent. It was just dumb. So there was a guy who approached me and wanted to take me to breakfast, and I was visiting my best friend, and that person's husband, this is a friend of the person's husband, and he just kept pushing, I want to take you to breakfast. I want to take you to breakfast. Now, I don't know that this man is married.
Okay.
But you know, it was just kind of crazy that my friend's husband stepped in and shut it down.
Got it. Well, sometimes
I was trying to be nice because I didn't know the person was married. But if had I known, I would have been like, man, if you don't shut the hell up.
Right.
You know, like,
yeah, sometimes that makes sense.
That's real noble.
Very
I think that's real noble because my experience has been different, right? For me, when wearing a wedding ring, right, 90% of the time, women have approached me or if I work at work, start flirting, start doing little things. So you guys happen to be, you know, again, the lower end of the spectrum of not going across the line. But I'm not that finna hunt you down. What's up? I ain't doing that, right? I'm the guy that's just chilling and, you know, wearing this. Hell, we was sitting at Red Phone Booth about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Me, Greg, and another one of our homies, Kwame. As soon as we walk in, women walk straight to us. Right here. It's on there. What's up? What's up is these rings. I know y'all looking
and
at
the
them.
married men also
Right?
pay out. The married
I don't know
men
about that
also
either. I don't know
take
nothing
care.
about that.
They pay out.
You know, you hear a lot of that in Atlanta too. You know, but just pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
They
Right,
paying
you
out.
do.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
let me not to cut it real quick, you know, for sake of time. I want to get to a couple more serious questions too, because you guys are sort of kind of talking about, you know, how guys, you know, pick women as far as, you know, not saying no and whatever the case may be, not, a woman got to tell me no and all this kind of craziness. A woman asked me, and I want to pose this to you guys. A woman asked me the other day. She said, "How do guys? What is it? The question? It was. How do guys pick women who they want to manipulate, and how do you, as a woman, know if they care about you or want to date you? Does that make sense?
attention versus interest, right?
How do guys pick women to manipulate?
They have to be in a real
And you as a woman, how do you really know if a guy care about you or just trying to manipulate you? Don't everybody answer that at one time. For me, let me just say this. Back in the day, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna be 1,000% transparent. For me, if you appeared to be a codependent or low self-esteem, or if I just wanted to, if this is one of those moments where I just wanted to hit it and leave, if you were, appeared to be like a codependent type of chick or low self-esteem or lacking confident type of woman, or if you were trauma-filled type of woman, then I can immediately categorize you, and I know you're vulnerable, because I can now hit that ass for days, and by the time you realize what's going on, I'm in deep control, and I got your emotions, I got your feelings, and by the time it's done and over,
Yeah.
I'm, wash my hands.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That
Lady, send all your complaints to Greg at
But it is
gmail.com.
Real talk. By the time
Yeah.
the woman to realize that I'm in that ass and I'm deep in that ass, she done forgot it. I'm like,
Now, does this woman want a
I'm done.
relationship? Is this woman looking for something, a commitment? Is she telling you she's ready for something serious? Or is she just in that vulnerable
Let me
state, knows
see.
she's in that
Did she
space,
did
and
did they?
that's all
Usually.
she wants?
No, I mean, so here's the deal. When you because for men, and my guys ain't backing me up. I'm
I'm
flying
coming.
beyond
I
my
got
fighter
you. I
cover.
got you. I
My
got you.
guys
I'm
ain't
coming.
my guys ain't
I'm
backing me
coming.
up right
I'm
now.
just
So
trying to
I'm
see
out there
what you.
flying solo.
Hey,
I ain't
I'm
got
trying to
nobody
feel where you at. I'm
covering
trying
my
to feel
ass.
where you at. I
I
ain't
ain't
trying to
got
get in
nobody covering
trouble
my
after
ass
this
right
shit.
now.
I got your six. I
But
got your six.
let me say this.
Hey, let me say this, cuz. I'm gonna say this.
Go
What?
on, Mark.
They don't want to hear that, Rhonda. They don't want to hear that. That can possibly
Marty
be the case.
Mall. Tell these niggas
I'm
Marty
waiting.
Mall.
What?
I'm
What,
waiting.
Marty?
Michelle, I'm
Right.
waiting.
Back in the day, when I would, if I knew I was looking for I would look for and this is what I would tell guys. I said, look, I'm looking for the pack of women, the pack. I like to call them the wolf pack. And the one that's stray from the pack, she the weakest link. So I'm gonna pound it because I already know that okay, she can't, she ain't thinking for herself, nothing, So I'm coming in hard with it, and I'm coming in,
You're looking at the
I come in
gazelle.
with all type of heat. You know what I'm saying? Before she know it,
That's the one.
hey, I'll be hit it. quite a few times for at least a couple of years. You know, like, hey, she's like, wait a minute.
Oh God.
All right. For me, for me, all of us got different approaches. No.
You trying to come with some
bullshit.
I love you, Joe, philosophical bullshit.
No, I'm telling you. Both of y'all are hammers, and whatever you see is a nail. So what I mean to say is, I'm not a hammer. So I can tell my point is when I had a green light, and what I'm gonna do with the green light is based on how this woman actually continues to offer, flirting and throwing herself at me, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see which way we're gonna go with this, because you letting me know that the light is green, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I take it like this, right? Two perspectives. Single, you don't know where it's going, but if a woman approach you and starts to flirt with you and you're married, ain't nothing you can have but sex. Mm-hmm. What else you gonna get? Ain't nothing else you can do. So the manipulative part of what you're saying, I think it's just natural. You take the path of least resistance and go with the flow. We've been doing it for a long time. And sometimes all women want to do is smash. Shit, don't make them.
That is true. And that's what I was going to say.
Michelle said, yeah, that's right.
She did. Gee, you saw.
Yeah. Right. Free yourself.
Greg led with a specific question. His angle was different. Yeah. It wasn't about, you asked about how do we identify if we're being taken advantage of?
Yeah.
Manipulated. So, I mean, again, you were right. If they're, first of all, you're fucked up if you're doing that. Like, you're just going, right. Martin, you're fucked up. Okay, I said it.
Come on.
You're going after the gazelle.
She's saying we that was back in our
point your finger at
college days.
Point your finger at it.
Oh, I was a mess with it. But yeah, I mean,
right.
That's what it is. If you're wearing it on your sleeve and you're not confident, anyone can smell that a mile away. But if we want to turn the tables, women if you know what it is off the top, that's just, it's an equal. Hey, don't get your feelings hurt, guy.
No, that's cool. But see, you
coming in, and I'm saying, this is what I already know what it is. We don't even have to say anything. This is just, but somebody usually catches feelings. Always.
So you raise a very valid point, because I have talked to plenty of women here where they've said that they just wanted to get a dude some ass and be done with it.
Or they wanted some ass.
They wanted some ass. No.
That's what they wanted.
You change things around.
They wanted some.
Absolutely. You making us the victim. Women can look at you and say, he can get it or he can't get it. Mm-hmm. They can have 99 dudes that can't get it, and the 100th dude be like, if he don't say the wrong shit, he get it. He in. Right. He in like Flynn. So it ain't the victim or the prey all the time. Sometimes they put themselves in position to become the prey. I'd have a lot of them be like, hey, I knew you was gonna be down here at lunchtime. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, I thought I was sneaking up on you. No, you wasn't. So it's easy for us to think that we like, yeah, boy, I did that. They set you up the whole time. They're like, no, I'm gonna smash this dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
Turn the whole table.
George just amplified what I see, because when I would see them, and one would lag behind, she was doing that on purpose because she wanted me to come in.
Oh, she wanted,
yeah. She was like, yo, you best to move fast. Otherwise,
catch the clue. Catch the clue.
So I look for clues from I was looking for clues from women. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, he was looking for it.
He looking for the gazelle that leg was broke.
No, it wasn't broke. She was acting like it was broke. She's like, my leg broke. No, it wasn't broke. You think we slick? No, that's too. Hey, Tupac said it best. We got our name from a woman and our game from a woman. We ain't got shit on them. I wish you motherfuckers to stop thinking y'all running something. We ain't running shit. They slick as worms, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Be careful, fellas. You get your feelings hurt.
But he did also say revenge is the next best thing to getting some. Anyway, so
don't push me. I ain't no killer. Don't push me.
All right, next question. So Why? And you know what? I'm gonna ask. This is a general question, wide open. Why do Black men choose or pick or marry out of their race when they get a certain financial status?
Because they feel Black women is going to try to take them for everything they got. They look up. That's
Damn.
why.
And then they get a surprise and see that it's not greener on the other
they
side.
Think we're automatically.
Why the Black women gonna take them from everything they got?
They think we automatically coming for the money, you know. And I'm not to say that's not always, not true. You know, it's been evidence of a lot of celebrities that were married to Black women that came and got half or getting $40,000-$50,000 a month in child support. You know, so it happens.
What percentage you would say true, Michelle?
2 of them.
What percentage of that you would say is true?
I would say a low percent. To be honest, I would say a low percent. I don't believe, because again, you all are not marrying us. I think if you did the numbers, I don't know, Gregory, have you did the numbers on this? But if
with your calculating ass.
if we're saying that they're going to marry outside of their race, majority of them going to marry outside of their race, it has to be a low percent of Black women that's, taking advantage of the money.
I think
that's a good point.
I think it's a pretty high percentage. My son, he plays professional football, and so he told me something. He said he only dates white women,
Right.
And he told me, he said the Black women are effed up, and so he told me something that when he was in before he got drafted and out of high school, he said that there was this real pretty girl that he really liked. She was Black. And he said, and so the girl told him, she said, well, call me when you get to the pros. Well, dang. I said, you want me to translate that for you?
And again, it happens. Like I said at first, it happens. It is, it is women out there that will go for the gusto. They'll go for everything.
What you about to say, Rhonda?
I wanted to just kind of dovetail off of Martin's experience with his son. Did you ask him why he prefers white women and what he felt was effed up about Black women?
Your attitude.
Yeah, well,
nigga,
we got one nigga to Rhonda. Thank you, Rhonda.
Nobody's talking to you, Martin.
He says yes. He says number one thing was their attitude. He said they very calculating.
Because of that young lady saying that to him.
Yeah, I mean it tore him up because he really liked her. You know what I'm saying? And I had to, I had to translate that for him. And I mean, I said, son, there are some really good Black women out there. They really are. You just, I mean, it's unfortunate that you ran into that one, but there are some really good, Black women out there. You just have to keep...
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We got to take ownership of this as men. So I'm going to turn the tables on us. We have to stop selecting our mates with our eyes only.
That's
right.
Correct.
Asses, titties, and all that.
Correct.
We're driven by that so much that we never stop and say, does this person like what I like?
Right.
Do they, do they like to go to the places that I go to? Do they like the same TV shows? Do we serve the same religion? Are we all these things that's going to matter at the end of the day? Looks and body parts, that's a plus. I think my wife is gorgeous, right? But that's not why I married her after saying I was never going to get married again. I found the person that spoke to my inner person versus my eye gate. Right.
Of course, because that only goes so far.
Yeah. I think as men, we make that too important, to add that, oh, she fine, this, that, and the other. How many fine women, we ain't together no more.
At the end of the day, are you like-minded?
Are you like-minded?
Are you compatible?
Right. But that's our fault. I think that's
when the beauty or the handsomeness fades, what do you have?
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's the downfall of men. I think that's one, we're socialized bad. in the way that, you know, we always want trophies, the trophy, without really going deeper into who we are, identifying what we want in a spouse or a girlfriend or something like that. And like Martin's son said, she was beautiful. That's what caught his eye. But, you know, I'm glad he didn't go down that road, because she was going, you know, probably verbally abuse him or financially abuse him or something like that. So he falls into the hand of a white woman, and I don't know why they do it. They're just more gentle. They're just more, you know, and they don't come from the same strain. They don't come from the same fight. I get all of that. Right?
The softness, I mean, what their privilege or how they grew up, like you said, the lack of fight or the struggle may present a different output in terms of who they are, but it doesn't take away from Black women.
Not at all.
Michelle laughing.
Not at all.
What Michelle say? Michelle laughing. She shook her head like 15 times. What you got, Michelle?
Yeah.
Come on. What you got? Come on.
Back to George. He said they're softer.
That's what I'm like. Wait, what? Hold on now.
So why do you guys think that guys are choosing white girls over black girls?
We breastfed their babies back in the day.
200 years ago,
their household.
We did, but it's 2024
we
now.
massage their husbands.
Absolutely,
in a lot of ways.
We got that.
What you're saying, Michelle,
and we were beaten and killed and enslaved by them, and we're still getting shot down in the street. But that don't change my perception on how I'm gonna treat you, right?
Exactly.
No. If you listen to what she's saying, she's taking it to a deeper level, more of a like. It's not necessarily
we got generational curse. We got the generational curse.
She's taking it to more of a spirit perspective of ancestry. She's like what we've done in the past, to the degree where it's still hovering or cause and effect on how we roll today.
So we should have the same trauma. Is what I'm saying.
What changed that? What changed the softness that we were born? You know, we was initially born to be soft women, period. But definitely the Black woman itself. Like, you have to ask, as Black men, what changed that about your quote unquote your Black women?
There's a lot of brokenness in the Black home in our community.
Have any of you all ever heard the term Stepford wife?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what that means.
That's what you want, Martin?
No.
Martin, like, fuck these kids. Let's talk about some goddamn threesomes.
You gotta be crazy.
My look, we got so much flack on Sister Wives. So go ahead. Michelle gave me so much flack. Look, when I started talking about the Sister Wives, Michelle sent me a Bible in the mail.
Like, what?
I was like, what the hell? What the hell? Then she highlighted and ripped out like 16 pages of the old and the new James Version. And I was just like, God dang, what is up? But anyway,
I was just gonna say, white women are taught to stay in their relationships no matter what. They're taught to if your husband cheats on you, hey, hey, go in the next bedroom, whatever, dude, do what you gotta do, but stay in your relationship. Whereas, Black women are not like, hey,
to some degree,
don't put up with that. You know what I'm saying? If he steps out and he moves, you move too. So and that's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah, I think white women marry for money, Black women ultimately marry for love, and family. So when you go to college, like we were talking about, and you marry a guy that's going to be an attorney, and you're a white woman going after a white potential attorney, you marry him for his career. Black women do actually fall in love and try to have some semblance of relationship. It's the traumas that Black men and Black women spew all over each other. Whatever my childhood trauma is and your childhood trauma, they kind of collide. So it's not really that there's bad women and bad men. It's just that most of us have not dealt with those childhood traumas properly.
Right.
And then there's some societal systemic things that women are less paid across the board. If white women are less paid, black women are less paid than the white women in that same role.
Right.
So there are some things like that, but the problem is I don't think we foster and wrap our arms around each other and say, babe, I got your back, it's going to be all right. We kind of bite each other's heads off. And that's been my experience too, to a large extent. It's like, damn, you come home and you go haywire on me. What the hell is going on with you?
Yeah.
You know?
Right. So let me change the subject real quick, but in the same, we're still talking about black, white. Why do, or is it true that black men choose to date smaller women versus larger women? Why is that true that black men date smaller women versus larger women? Is that a true statement?
That's preference.
Yeah. That's a preference.
You think that's preference?
Yeah. That's preference.
Yeah.
Because I like my woman to have a lot of booty.
Bro, I have seen most, if not all, of your women, and them asses, they be buses.
Are they DBL Drizzy?
Listen, no, Rhonda, let me tell you, it ain't none of them got no injections. They be, and let me tell you, he had ones.
I'm just wondering to what extent he's saying.
No, I'm about to tell you. I'm about to give you a visual. He had one that was so fine that her waist was this little, and that thing came out so much to the point where it wasn't no BBL.
And that was fine if he liked it. I was just wondering to what extent.
Yeah, Marty definitely, like the thicker, the what do you call it? It's that thicker woman.
There's one difference between thick and not thick. Obese.
What is fat? Oh, you can't say fat.
She being
nice. Yes. But there are men that have a fetish for bigger women that kind of
absolutely
keep that hidden for that reason, because the woman is much bigger, right? So behind the scenes, that what goes down in the DMs, you don't see what goes down in the DMs. When a lot of these big women are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook doing these videos, if you go straight to the comments, so big versus skinny, I think, thick, that's a whole different thing. A lot of men like, that's a preference, but some men have,
like I hear some women say they like a guy with a belly or a big guy with a stomach or something. I heard women say that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the men are kind of keep it hidden. They don't want to bring her around. Go back to using your trophy wife example. Right. Some of them. I ain't gonna say all, but.
So why do older women date younger men then?
For the sex.
D and the V.
For the sex.
For sex.
Yeah.
Why can't you date an older man for sex?
It's not there. What I've heard, not my experience.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
My experience. This is what I've heard from
what the hell?
older friends.
Got nothing to do with me.
So you date. So look, all right, guys. I just want to be real talk. So have you ever dated an older guy? You, Rhonda, you, Michelle?
I date older all the time.
How old are we talking about?
I only date older men.
I mean, see, listen, Michelle, I don't know what you've dated, but they can't be walking around with a cane and you talking about some of their stamina ain't great.
I'm good over here. Yes, sir.
It can't. You can't be talking and they talking about their stamina ain't great.
That's
no.
Right. I'm just saying from what I've heard. I date older men. I mean, between maybe usually 5 years and above, maybe no more than 10 years older. Usually no more than 10 years.
Okay.
How old are you?
I can tell you that.
Y'all went there? Hello?
He went there.
He just broke the rule. He broke the glass.
Mark, look. No. Let me tell you, let me tell you what happened. Michelle was like, shoot, it's the older men, but for me, I did them 5 years and above. So Mark was
try to get a scale.
She can't be no more than like 35, 40, and he's like,
carry one. Let me see. DM me your number right fast on the chat thing. You got on the thing.
Look, he already put it in there. Send me your number, Michelle. He already put it in.
Well, I did. I did come out there and save her. Now I came out there and save her. She know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I came out there.
Hey, but it's Greg. It's the same question. It's the same. It's the same answer. Typically, why do older guys date younger women? I mean,
for the same thing.
You know,
that's my opinion. You know, for the same thing.
That's what I.
Well, if older guys don't have the stamina, why are they dating younger women for sex? Then
that's my question for you all.
No. I feel like the younger women, to a certain extent, with men, they want that. Now, are they able to always keep up? I don't know, but they like that action. Whether they have to take something to help them keep up, they still like that action. Now, that doesn't mean older women don't have that action. Not everyone does.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe older women
let me ask this question. Let me ask you a real question, and I want you guys to be straight, real. And have you heard this before, or if you've experienced it in a relationship? Whether you've dated, let me ask you this: have there been any of you guys dated relationships like 3-4 years, or more? Michelle, Rhonda, have you guys ever dated anybody in your lifetime, 3 or 4 years or more? All right. So do y'all get tired of Richard? You know what Richard's nickname is, right?
No, I don't.
Dick. No. Richard's nickname is Dick. Okay. So y'all don't get tired of Richard? The same Richard for 4 years. Do you guys ever get tired of that?
I don't know about Rhonda.
No. I mean, there's a bond. I mean, if you're connected and you're compatible and you know how to have fun and keep it new and exciting, then no.
I believe that.
But you both
same question.
On that same page.
Look at Marty.
What did he say?
Same question, Marty and George. So George, it sounds like you agree. You don't get tired of it.
I mean, this is the first.
You're studying, bro. You're studying.
No,
I mean, I ain't never heard you study, bro. You was like,
well, this is the first time that I've had a relationship with someone that it was actually something that was fulfilling. That sex wasn't the buffer or the glue in the relationship. Right. So yeah, I'm good now. I mean, and let me throw this on top. There's no disrespect. There's communication. There's all the things that keep me focused.
Answer my question. No,
I'm good.
In the past.
Yeah, from back in the past. Now, back in the past, man, shit was ADHD.
Right. That's all I want to answer my question, man.
But now, yeah. So it's a 2-part question for me.
Yeah. All right.
Marty, I'm saved now.
Marty?
Was that what was your question again?
Oh Lord, man.
Are you asking? Can I have sex with the same woman for 4 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
without getting tired of it.
Without getting tired of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could, and to a certain degree, it depends on, if she crazy or not, and if she crazy, then that means it's good. So I can, I can like really, keep tagging that one time, because she crazy. And she got that good. I mean, I'm sorry. If she, she bringing that.
Right.
I can't do crazy. I'm too old. Maybe I'm the older than everybody on here because I can't do crazy. My nerves ain't good no more. I can't do that shit.
That's funny.
Nobody has time for drama. I feel like everybody, and that's on men and women, just keeping it exciting. Know how to do new and exciting things, and one may not be willing to do what the other is willing to venture into, but you got to find a happy medium. And I think if you're mentally on the same page of always trying to, whether that's the communication and going places, it doesn't always just involve sex.
What you got, Marty? What you got, bro?
Rhonda, I want to ask you and Michelle.
What, Martin?
I want to ask you and Michelle a question, and I ask this question to a lot of women. And not.
No problem.
Do you all agree that about a high percentage of women have at least 5 different guys. Now I'm gonna name the 5 different guys. 5 different guys, or have encountered 3 of these guys, and have had 3 of them at least at the same time.
I mean, we're living in Atlanta.
Explain.
I mean,
what are the guys? I thought you were going to give us the description.
Are you just saying like
the first? Just go ahead and say yes.
The first guy is Malcolm the Money Man. You know, he's just a guy that that he pays your bills.
Yeah, they probably have.
He gives you money without question.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask, don't say nothing.
Okay.
Then you got Damien the Dick Man. You know what I'm saying? You might want to beep that out, because Damien the Dick Man, he
No, that shit's staying in.
Okay.
That shit's staying in.
He's no damn. I mean, he ain't got no job, nothing. He ain't got no place to stay, but he fuck you like a world champ. You know what I'm saying? Like he playing
PlayStation at the crib while she working.
Exactly.
Driving the shit out of her car.
Exactly. And then you have
all right.
you have that emotional guy that that's your boy that he when a nigga done fucked you up, and he you call on him and he's going, I could don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? This how men are. They gonna try to school you on why he did what he did. And then you have Pookie, who is he your muscle. He your big brother. He like big brother. He like, if you having a problem with anybody, he don't ask no questions. He ain't got shit to lose. You know what I'm saying? He gonna run out there. He gonna pop, pound for whatever. He gonna put it down he gonna put pause on anybody you need for him to put pause on, because he ain't ask no question. But then the last and final guy is the alpha. He's untainable. He's really the one that you want. But he can't. You're not ready for him. You see, you're not exactly ready for him. You just kind of, because he gonna challenge you. If you ask him for money, he's gonna challenge you. He's gonna make you think about what it is you need it for. And stuff like that. If you need some satisfaction, he gonna be like, babe, I'm working, but I come over and take care of you when he ain't gonna do it like Damien right then, because you go get Damien and he gonna boom, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking the women the question: is it true that a woman have at least 5 of these guys? And I'm gonna tell you, before you answer, there's some facts to back it up. But is it true that a woman can have?
I can see that though. I can see that. But go ahead. I'm gonna let Rhonda and Michelle answer.
I would say yeah.
Michelle, I'll let you go first.
I would say yeah, and the reason why I say yes, because you said she only had one person that she was being intimate with, right? So she's having sex with one, using one for money, using the other one to be a plumber, and whatever and going on and on. So yeah, I would agree with that. Because it's hard to find one man with all of those qualities.
Good point. I would too. Rhonda, you think differently?
No, I mean, I got confused. You said there's one, but then you led with like the last guy, which was the 5th guy you mentioned. He'll come over and take care of you. Then one was like a brother right before that. That was the muscle. So I was like,
is it 2 men that she's
I was getting a little confused. Like there was more than one that was involved sexually, but you're saying
it's just all the different categories and dimensions of guys is what it.
Yeah, everybody knows a few of these guys.
So why do if you got one guy, why do some women in real life take away the 5-dimensional aspects? In real life, some women have a guy that they just want them to bang out, and then they'll go out to eat with other guys and they won't touch them. Why? Or put them in the friend zone. Why do women do that?
The men are offering the one she's
what they see they have in common and what they're attracted to. Comes down to that. Like if you want something serious, you're not trying to just jump in. Well, some do want to just jump in and see and test the ride. But if you're really serious and hoping that it'll go longer, they take their time. And then there's others that's all you want from them because you see that they're not about nothing. You just want to test that ride too.
He a sucker. He a sucker. She realized. Go ahead, Michelle. Who is that talking, Michelle?
Go ahead, Michelle.
No, I was just saying that I was agreeing with Rhonda. That is,
I think if a guy present himself as a sucker, he get used in the sucker capacity that he present himself as. Mm-hmm. If he want to take you out to dinners and he ain't got no return on his investment, and you notice that, you're gonna be the dinner boy. Everybody has their role, and I don't think it's wrong for a woman to have people in those roles. If you're gonna present yourself in that role, I think you should come out and say, hey, what are you looking for? This is what I'm looking for. If you need somebody to be your plumber, I ain't that. I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. Right. So when you can state your claim, because a lot of guys try to sneak up on it. I'm your best friend. I'm your friend. I'm your confidant. They trying to sneak up on the booty, and they getting you.
Right. The conversation definitely needs to be had, but I think Michelle was trying to say something. I heard it, but I don't know.
It sounds like it's a lag on her. Yeah. It sounds like it's a lag.
It is.
But we about to wrap this up anyway. So look, guys, I tell you, man, I have had a blast with y'all jokers today. Do you hear me? I mean, like real talk. So look, I really appreciate you guys coming out. G, you want to go ahead and take us on home, and we'll wrap up some final stuff once you take us home?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 2 of What's on the Menu. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Michelle. All right, peace. We out of here.
Peace.